Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I've got a video for you from Judge McNally. And this is a preliminary exam, and it's an interesting one. I'll let you guys watch.
People against Richard Wayne Stiles. 25T729-333FY. You can have a seat over there, Mr. Courts. Your appearance.
Yes, good afternoon, Attorney Thomas, Court P 77177. Here on behalf of the defendant, could you state your name for the record, sir?
Yes,
Your name, sir?
my name is Richard Wayne Stiles II.
Okay, we have to wait for the prosecutor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nor Ali on behalf of the people, PA 652.
There's an aggravated stalking charge, malicious use of a telecommunications service. Any preliminary matters, Ms. Holloway?
Just a CEO's briefing.
Yes, Judge, I do believe that there may be.
Your name again?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. Attorney Thomas, Court on behalf of the defendant.
Is there any witness in the courtroom that might testify either today or at the time of the trial besides the defendant? If so, identify your witnesses who might testify.
I believe that is the current boyfriend of the complaining witness. I might call him, I believe, I don't know if that's correct.
Are you the boyfriend of the complaining witness, sir? What is your name? Well, you might call him as a witness. Was he a witness to the incident?
Judge, it's my understanding that he was, that she called 911 to report that he was on the way to kill my client, shortly before she made the police report in this case. So I think it will be.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. I'm gonna have you have a seat out in the hallway. He may call you, so otherwise you could stay, but if he's gonna he's gonna call you or might call you either today or at the time of trial, you have to leave. Are there any other witnesses in the courtroom that might testify either today or at the time of trial, with the exception of the officer in charge and the defendant? Okay,
I did not know this.
that's okay. That's his relative of the defendant. Sergeant Chapanian, you can have a seat up here. Any other preliminary matters, Ms. Ali?
Your Honor, I did receive a certified register of actions for a prior stalking misdemeanor that the defendant had in the 41 District Court. I was asked the court to take judicial notice of that.
Why don't you have that marked People's 1? You've shown it to Mr. Courts, correct? Any objection to the admission of People's 1?
No.
Okay, you can hand that up, print that out.
Your Honor, I unfortunately don't have it printed. Is it okay if I email it to her and you have it printed?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Lisa, she's gonna send it to you. Maybe you can have somebody run it down if you would, please. Any other preliminary matters? Mr. Courts?
No, Judge.
Ms. Holloway? All right, call your first witness. Okay, ma'am, you can come right up here, please. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth. So help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have a seat, please. I'll just ask you to keep your voice up nice and loud. No hms or ahs, okay? Thank you. Pull that up there and spell your first and last names, all of your name, please.
Karlee. You want my middle names too?
Please.
Plaine. Louann. Last name Tellier.
Thank you very much. Is that pronounced Tellier?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can proceed.
Just to confirm this part of the record, right? For me,
Oh, yeah.
Tellier.
Take your time.
Do you know a man by the name of Richard Stiles? Yes. How do you know him? He's my ex-boyfriend. And do you see him in the courtroom today? Yes. Could you point to him and tell me the color of the shirt he's wearing? White collared shirt. Thank you. Now, you said he's your ex-boyfriend.
Hang on. The record should reflect that she's identified the defendant. You can proceed with your next question.
Now, you said he's your ex-boyfriend. About how long were you together?
1 year on and off.
And when was that?
From January of 2024 to December 20th of 2024.
So after you broke up, did you keep contact with him?
Briefly, up until March, I tried to be his friend.
Is that March of 2025?
Yeah, March of 2025, yes.
So in March of 2025, did you stop having contact with him?
Yes,
Did you at some point indicate that you no longer want to have contact with him?
yes,
Did you indicate that on or around March of 2025?
yes,
And so after you had indicated that, did he continue to make contact with you?
yes.
And how did he do that, if you recall?
Emails, because he was blocked on my cell phone.
So, can you recall when these emails first started?
May 5th,
May?
yes.
And do you recall at all, if you know, what the content of those emails, anything that you may have stated in those emails were?
He asked me for something back that he had gave to me. Told me that there was an engagement ring in the container that he gave to me.
You marked that.
I did not respond.
And
What month was that, ma'am, now?
That was May of 2025.
so what did you do after you received those emails?
I did not respond.
And did you at all make any, did anything else happen after that?
Yes,
At some point, did you ever make a report for this kind of misconduct?
yes, and I made the report, I think it was May 17th of 2025. The reason why I started the report was because Richard created a flyer of me and posted it all over Wayne County, including Southland Mall, Elizabeth Park, Downriver Facebook and friends, and basically calling me names and warning the public to stay away from me. So I contacted the police department.
Okay, so let me stop you there. You obviously indicated that something else had happened. So at the time that this all occurred, sorry, there was a flyer. Did that happen in May?
Yes,
2025.
yes.
Where do you put this at? On Facebook?
Downriver Facebook and friends, yes. Southland Mall, Elizabeth Park. And I did not find this flyer. Other people contacted me about it.
Did it have your picture?
Yes,
Did you ever see it?
yes. I have it actually printed in my folder.
All right. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I do have. My computer is slower and slower.
You're fine. Take your time.
So. You said, which police department did you report that to?
Trenton Police Department.
And at the time, were you living in Trenton?
Yes,
And is that in this, is that County Wayne?
yes.
And this flyer, do you recall at all what it said?
Yeah, yes, I do.
What did it say?
It basically said that I'm a narcissistic and that I should that all men should be warned of me.
Objection, Judge, foundation, and also relevance, as it wouldn't have been a direct contact.
Your Honor, she had already indicated that she saw the flyers herself. I asked her if she was called. And these flyers were about her and a contact that, or a form of harassment that he made toward her. I'm not sure how that would be relevant.
And it, well, it's clearly relevant. Where was this at, ma'am? Where did you see this? Or did he say this to somebody?
He posted the flyers on Facebook, on Downriver Facebook and friends. He
And he published them at Elizabeth Park?
put them on trees and posts at Elizabeth Park by my house. He put them around.
Why can't they use this?
Well, Judge,
I mean, maybe you should put the document in. You have the document?
Your Honor, I do have the document. I have like a file of document.
Let's get the document.
Oh, I do have it, Your Honor, I'm so sorry.
All right. Approach the witness and ask her, is this the,
I'm
I
gonna
don't know, it's not relevant, Mr. Force. You can renew your objection, but
what's your understanding?
let's wait for her to move to the admission, for the admission. She can lay the foundation.
Okay.
Now, does that look,
I think.
I said, take a good look at it and do not read it. Now, does that appear to be what you had observed, as this flyer?
Yes.
And, to your knowledge, is this a flyer that Richard Stiles had put up?
Yes.
And to your knowledge, he put them up in, as you said, Southgate Mall, Elizabeth Park, and those other places, around Wake County?
Yes.
And, does that picture that I showed you, does that appear to be an accurate depiction of the flyer you saw?
Yes.
Does it appear to be altered or manipulated in any way?
None.
Your Honor,
Have that marked Peoples too, and I need you to print that out or give us a copy of it. And we'll be glad to give you a copy after you move for admission, correct? Any objection?
Yeah, yes, Judge.
What's the objection?
My objection is the foundation of, she didn't create this document. If she's saying that my client did, she's going to be saying so off hearsay, evidence other people telling her that aren't present in court to authenticate this document.
Is it authored by anybody?
does that appear to be authored by anybody? So if I may ask for
Sure.
another foundational question. How did you know, if at all, that Richard Stiles is the one that authored this document here?
Not only did I send him that picture directly to his cell phone, but I have him admitting it over text messages.
I'm admitting Peoples too. Hang it up, hand it up. Peoples too is admitted. And that's at least a party admission. So I'm admitting that as Peoples too, and you can ask your next question.
Just to confirm, this all happened around May 2025,
Yes.
and these flyers, and that, did you ever tell him, did you ever indicate that you did not want that to happen? It's not about the flyers.
Yes, because I went to the police department.
And did you file a report with the police department?
Yes, I did.
And did anything happen on or around? So, okay, following that incident, any other type of contact happened by Richard Stiles' student?
Yes.
What else happened?
So the following, I believe it was June of 2025. I was in the Sonic drive-thru in Southgate, and I was about to be on my way home, and Richard pulled up in his car and kind of boxed me in the Sonic drive-thru and told me that he wanted his rings back.
So let me stop a minute. When you say boxed you in, what do you mean?
I was facing this way, and I couldn't.
Wait a minute, which way were you facing?
I was facing like the drive-through.
I'll ask you this, were you, had you already purchased something at the drive-thru
Yes.
and were you leaving the drive-thru?
Yes.
And, Your Honor,
What?
I just wanted to let the court know that I can hear what they're saying, so if they get kicked down. So, when you say boxed you in, what did you mean?
I could not have left the drive-through unless he moved his car.
You were in your car as well.
Yes.
And you said that he told you something about rings?
Yes.
How did he tell you this? Was he still in his car when he did this? And did you observe him in his car at this time?
Yes.
Do you remember what kind of car it was?
But it like a Charger.
And But definitely see him. To your, that's to your memory?
Yes.
And so what did he say again?
I rolled down my window and asked him what he wanted, and he said, I just want my rings back.
And what happened next?
I told him if he wanted his rings back, he could come to my house and get them.
What happened next?
He came to my house.
And this was around,
Yes.
and, so what happened? Did he go to your house that night or day?
Yes.
And what happened there?
He pulled up in front of my house,
And where is your residence located?
162 Detroit Street,
City
in
is that?
Fenton, Michigan.
And what happened there?
He got to my house before I did. I pulled in my driveway. I approached his car window. He rolled down his window, held out a diagnostical statistical criteria manual for diagnosing psychology, and started telling me how I was a narcissist. So,
This is at your house, and was he still in his car?
yes,
Is it in the driveway or the curb?
on her.
And did you say he handed you something? What was it?
He asked me on 5.
Did he hand it to you, or what did he do?
He like held it up as if he were handing it to me.
Held it up. Okay. And this was outside. His hand was reaching outside of the vehicle when he spoke in his hand.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And then he called you. What did he call you again?
A narcissist.
And then what happened next?
I don't remember exactly the conversation, but he got out of his car and I went and sat on my porch,
And did he
and he,
follow you
yes,
up to the porch? And what happened next?
a lot. He started rolling around on my front yard and throwing a fit like a child.
What do you mean throwing a fit like a child?
Well, he was rolling around in my grass, standing up, sitting down.
Was he saying anything during this time?
He was saying a lot.
Like what?
Like, I asked him why he did what he did with the flyers, and I asked him to delete all the things that he put on the internet about me, and so then he went into his car and got out his laptop and said he was going to start deleting the things that he put on the internet about me.
And you said he went into his car?
Yes,
And so did he get his laptop out?
yes, and he sat on the ground in my front yard with the laptop that he never logged into. He just held it there.
Where were you at this time?
I was sitting on my front porch.
How far was he from you at the time that he was sitting on the ground with his laptop and you were at the porch?
About 15 feet away from me.
And then did anything else happen? After that? And during this time?
We were arguing
About what?
why he did what he did.
And then, so during these two incidents that we spoke about, the first one at the Sonic, how were you feeling when he had gone to see one at the Sonic? It was good to hear.
Anxious. But I figured if I gave him his rings back, then he would leave me alone finally.
And then when he had got to your house during that, when you had indicated that he was rolling around, what were you feeling at that time?
Uncomfortable, anxious, nervous.
When he was at your house, at any point did you ask him to leave? Do you recall?
I don't know.
Now, After this date, did he continue to make contact with you?
Yes.
What else did he do?
In September, mid-September, I want to say, of 2025, he drove by my house and threw a vibrator in my front yard that I had left at his house with a note on the bag.
So let me stop you there. Did you at all observe him driving by your house?
No,
Okay.
it was in the middle of the night.
And so how did you know that he drove by your house?
Because I left that vibrator at his house because it was a gift. And he returned it in a sandwich bag in my front yard.
So at some point, did you observe his vibrator in the sandwich bag on your front yard?
Yes.
But did you at all observe who put it there?
No.
Okay, but you said it, did it have a note?
Yes.
What did that note say, if you recall?
No hard feelings for you anymore.
And this was a vibrator that you indicated, it didn't belong to you?
It kind of belonged to us both.
So it was one did you have it at his house?
Yes.
And so the last time you ever saw it was at his house?
Yes.
And did anything else happen besides, or did anything else happen after that?
Yes.
What else happened?
October 3rd, Richard contacted me via text message and said that he was going to give amends to his home group.
So let me stop there. What, you said amends to his home group?
Yes.
What does that mean?
So we are both members of Alcoholics Anonymous, AA. And a home group is a meeting that you attend regularly.
And how did he contact you when he said this?
Text message.
And what did he say in that text message besides the amends?
That he really missed me and he wanted to see me, but he was asking me not to come.
Judge, I would have the objection to hearsay and foundation unless you can testify that it was my client's phone number.
If I may ask, how did you know that it was him that texted you?
Because it was Richard Stiles' phone.
And it was that saved in your phone?
Yes. The same phone number that he's contacted me off of for the past 2 years.
Now I want to think back. Did you ever report something that happened in Allen Park?
Yes, I reported it to the Trenton Police Department and he told me that I needed to follow up with the Allen Park Police Department.
So what happened at Allen Park?
He and Richard got into a fight in his backyard.
Do you remember?
This was in what month?
I think June, I think it was June.
Of 25?
Yes.
So tell me what happened that day?
Richard said that he wanted to make amends to me. So I allowed him to pick me up and he said we could have coffee.
So did he pick you up
Yes.
from your house?
Yes.
And did you have coffee?
No.
Okay, so what happened?
We went to Angelina's in Allen Park by his house because he said he was hungry.
Is that a restaurant?
Yes.
And what happened next?
He ate his food, I ate my food, and then he said we were going to have coffee after that.
And what happened next?
But we did not go for coffee. He drove me to his house.
And what happened to his house?
I told him I wasn't going into his house and that if he wanted to talk, we could do it outside. So we went to his backyard where he started a bonfire and berated me for 3.5 hours.
So let me stop you there. When you say berated, what do you mean?
He talked down to me, he told me what I was, that if I was ever going to. How did he put it? He told me if I ever wanted to make amends to him, that I had to accept what he was saying to me about being a whore and my behavior. And then he stood up, walked into the grass, and told me he wanted to fight me.
This was during the bonfire?
Yes.
Yeah. What was his demeanor like when he said he wanted to fight you?
I thought he was joking.
And so what happened next?
I was standing in the grass and he lunged at me.
And what happened next?
We fought in his backyard.
So what exactly happened during this fight?
I remember him coming after me, like lunging towards me and pushing him. And at one point we were rolling around on the ground and I ended up hitting the bricks in his backyard. I remember kicking him.
So let me stop you there. Who do you mean hitting the bricks?
I was rolling on the ground and he had, up against his fence, there was like a landscaping line of bricks, and that's what I rolled into when we were holding on to each other, rolling in the ground.
And if you recall, you said that you were kicking him,
Yes.
and what? So what were you doing in this moment, in this time, when this was going on?
I told him that I didn't want to fight. I thought he was joking. He really wanted to fight, so I defended myself.
Were you trying to get him off you?
Yes.
And so did it eventually end?
Yes.
And what happened?
Then I walked into his house to clean up the blood off my leg.
And did you recall how did you get blood on your leg?
Hitting the bricks that were in his backyard.
Did you have any other injuries?
Other than soreness, no.
And so what happened after that?
He cleaned the blood off my leg, walked back outside and told him to take me home.
And did you end up going?
Yes.
Did he take you?
Yes.
And what happened after that?
He tried to talk to me in the car and I wouldn't speak to him. He drove me home. I got out of the car, still not speaking to him. I walked into my house quickly because I had to go to the bathroom. And he followed me into my house.
So let me stop you there. You said you walked in quickly?
Yes,
Why you did that?
because I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right, you didn't say that. And when he walked in, did you know he was going to walk in?
No,
Did you invite him in?
no.
So what happened when he was in there?
Well, I went to the bathroom. I heard him open the door behind me. I came back downstairs and I told him aggressively to get out of my house.
And what happened next?
This was in June, right?
It was either June or July, I don't remember the exact date.
Just to clarify then, was this the date you had gone down Angelina's in Allen Park?
Yes,
And so you said that you told him aggressively you wanted to get out, and what did you say?
I don't remember exactly what he said.
So then what happened?
After a while of us going back and forth, maybe a few minutes, he left.
What were you going back and forth about?
Him leaving.
What happened next?
He got in his car, threw a Tupperware container at my house that I left in his car.
Did you observe him throwing his Tupperware?
No, I just heard it hit the wall.
And to your knowledge, was this Tupperware that you had at his house?
I had it in the car with me.
Oh. Was that in Bravo?
Yes. No, I brought it with me.
Okay. I was just trying to understand.
It's not from the restaurant. It was my own that I had brought with me. Because I was not expecting to eat. I was just expecting to go for coffee.
So you said that you saw it, or you heard it hit something?
It hit my house.
And then did you go outside and observe it at some point?
No, I stayed in the house. I saw it the next day.
And so throughout this whole day, everything that happened in Allen Park and at your house, first I want to get into when you two were fighting, as you said, in his backyard. What were you feeling in that moment?
I was shocked. Scared.
Did he say anything to you while you were fighting, if you recall?
I don't know.
And so after when you had gone home and he came in, what were you feeling in that time?
My heart was pounding. I was in shock. I was scared.
And so. In regards to all of these incidents, did you make a report to police?
No, not that day.
Well, in general, following these incidents, did you make a report to police?
Yes,
And did you ever write a statement?
yes,
Did you ever file a PPO?
yes.
Do you recall when you filed it?
May of 2025.
Do you recall if it was ever served?
No,
And just one moment, I'm sorry.
Take your time.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Cross?
Thank you, Kevin. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my understanding that you said my client and you dated for roughly a year off and on, is that correct?
yes,
When you say off and on, so there's periods where you tell them, don't talk to me, and then you gotta get back together, correct?
yes,
Would it be a fair estimation that that occurred at least 8 times during that year's period?
what period?
The period that you guys were off and on for your description for about a year.
I don't know.
Okay, do you have a estimation of how many times that occurred?
Objection, Your Honor, she should say she doesn't know. I think it's speculative at this point.
Judge, she said she didn't know if it was 8 times.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Overruled. If you know, do you know how many times you guys broke up and then got back together during the 12 months preceding to all of this?
I would say it was closer to 3.
Then you had said you tried to be friends after and then cut contact off after until you tried to be friends until March 2025 and then you cut off contact, correct?
Yes,
Okay. But isn't it and then at that point you had blocked his phone number, correct?
at what point?
Oh, at what point did you block my client's phone number? You said you blocked his number. You said he then had to email you after that point because you blocked his phone or something, correct?
That would have been March of 2025.
Okay, but then you later went on to testify that you were certain that it was my client's number that had texted you. Isn't that correct?
Yes,
And when was that text message from?
which text message?
The text message that you were able to lay foundation of and say, it's the number that my client had texted you for over 2 years from.
That was in October of 2025.
Okay, so you had blocked,
I had unblocked his number, yes.
Okay, so you'd unblock this number, and wouldn't you think it's fair that if you unblock somebody's number and they were aware that the number was blocked because they had to contact you by email, that that would indicate to them that they're allowed to text you?
How would he know?
Well, he must. So, but no, that's not my question, ma'am. That's not how my client would know. My question to you is, if you knew that, wouldn't that indicate to you that?
It's assumed facts, not an evidence, right? Yes, it does.
Okay, I can lay the foundation, Judge.
Okay, go ahead.
It's clear that he knows you unblocked him because you had texted him asking about a flyer. So now he knows the number's unblocked because you initiated contact from your number to his. Correct?
I don't remember.
Ma'am, you testified that you sent him asking about the flyer. You sent him a picture of the flyer and asked about it. You testified to that under oath shortly ago, didn't you?
I don't remember if I initiated contact or not. I don't remember if it was him or I that initiated contact.
Okay, well, do you remember testifying that you sent him a picture of the flyer shortly ago?
Yes,
Okay. So would you at least agree with me that he knows he's not blocked in your phone at that point?
yes,
Okay, now to my original question. Somebody knowing that they were blocked at one point because they had to email you according to you, and now they know that they can communicate with you because you've unblocked them, wouldn't that lead a rational, normal person to assume that they could text your phone?
Objection, Your Honor. That is a compounded question. I think it's way too long. I also don't think she could testify as how busy the person. You think about that? I think that's speculative.
I mean, I disagree with it being too long of a question. I think you need to clean up the last portion of the question, okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll withdraw the question for now until I can more eloquently word it. You had testified that my client had blocked you in at the drive-through, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and your depiction of that and characterization of being blocked in at the drive-through, why did you think it's important to state that?
because that's how it happened.
Did he tell you you're blocked in and you can't go anywhere?
I physically could not go anywhere with him being placed where he was at.
And why,
He did not tell me I could not go anywhere,
why do you think that has any relevance? Why are you expressing that?
because that's what happened.
Okay. But I guess what I'm saying, are you indicating that my client blocked you in order to keep you there?
Objection, Your Honor. She can't testify to what he was thinking. She's testifying to.
That would call for speculation. She's testifying that he blocked her in. So maybe you need to delve into that a little bit, but not what he's thinking.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me just go right to the point. At that point, you had said, when you said my client said, hey, I want my ring back. He didn't say, let's go back to your house. You said, if you want your ring back, follow me back to my home. Is that correct?
I said meet me there, yes,
Meet you where?
at my house.
So you invited a person who had just blocked you into your personal home, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Would you think it's fair to say that he had permission to go to your house that day?
yes,
So you're not indicating that you were afraid that he was going to do something to you, are you, at that point, and that's why you were blocked in?
no,
And it's also true that you don't remember asking him to leave that day when he came to your house, isn't that correct?
I do not remember asking him to leave, but I do have it on camera. I don't remember at what point I asked him to leave, but I did ask him to leave.
I watched that video, ma'am. Wouldn't you say it's a fair characterization that at many times you had friendly banter back and forth that day?
I wouldn't say friendly, I would say civil.
Yeah. So there was times where you were enjoying communicating that day. You invited him back and you had a polite conversation throughout a lot of that, didn't you?
It was polite, it was civil, I would not say friendly.
You didn't make small talk.
Yes,
You didn't run into your house and lock the door and call the police in fear of my client that day, correct?
no, I stayed where I was at because I knew I had a camera right there.
Oh,
On my front porch. I did not have cameras inside of my house, and I did not allow them inside of my house.
Okay, well, why didn't you, when he went back to get his laptop and you were sitting on the porch waiting for him, is that correct?
I never walked into my house.
We were sitting on the porch in anticipation of him coming back to you, correct?
Yes, the car was right in front of me.
Because you wanted to have a conversation with him about those flyers on the laptops, isn't that correct?
Yes.
You wanted that communication.
Yes.
Okay. How many times have you called the police on other boyfriends?
Objection, Your Honor, relevant.
Why is it?
It has relevance to her state of mind. This crime involves needing to have fear, and the government brought up multiple police reports that she made, and so if they are assuming that that has relevance, I want to point out how many times this occurs in her past.
Your Honor, I'm not sure how that has any relevance to the state of mind. I also do not think it's relevant to the case at hand. We are only talking about Richard Stiles here, nobody else.
I agree. I'm gonna sustain the objection.
Yes, sure. Your PPO, did you say that was in May of 2025?
Yes.
Okay,
But it was never served,
It
right?
was never served.
and in fact, you invited my client to your house after not serving that PPO, as we just discussed after that date, correct?
Correct.
In fact, after that date, you had asked to be picked up by my client, correct? When you got into his car and went to Angelina's?
He asked me.
Okay, let me rephrase my question then. After you made that PPO, you had voluntarily allowed my client to come to your home, is that correct, again, to be picked up?
Yes.
Okay, and then in fact, you invited him over in the drive-thru, so you've invited my client over your house twice after that PPO, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and in fact, you chose to get in my client's car, correct?
Yes.
Do you have your own car?
Yes.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Do you have any disability that disallows you from driving?
No.
Do you have car insurance?
Yes.
Why didn't you, if you're in fear of my client, why didn't you get in your own car and drive to meet him at a restaurant? Or would it be fair to say you're not afraid to get in a car with him?
Objection, Your Honor, just for that last line of questioning, that I would say that's a compounding question. It's split. You can say,
I mean,
why did she go, and then did she?
rephrase it, but I think his question's fine. He's just gotta rephrase it into one question or ask it in two questions or three questions, whatever your preference.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, isn't it true that you weren't afraid to be in a car alone with my client at that point?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, isn't it true at that date and time, rough after the PPO, that you weren't afraid to be alone in the car with my client?
No.
That's not true?
No.
So you were afraid to be alone in the car with my client, correct?
Yes.
Okay, why having your own car, as we just established, did you choose to do so then?
Why did I choose to get in the car with him?
Alone when you're afraid, and you had your own car, and in fact, you had to sit around at your house and wait for him to pick you up.
He offered. And I was trying to be civil with him. I just wanted us to not have to do this anymore.
In fact, you wanted a little bit more than that. You wanted to either get back together romantically or be friends, correct? You wanted to reestablish a relationship at that point. Either romantically or friendship-wise.
No.
You didn't want to reestablish the relationship,
No.
so you just chose to go out to dinner with somebody that night that you didn't want to have a relationship with, is that correct?
He wanted to talk and I agreed.
Okay, so he wanted to have communication with you after you had took out a PPO, after you had blocked him, is that correct?
Yes.
And in fact, after you had told him before, when you had broken up at least 3 times, but maybe more, not to have contact with you, but then you guys got back together, correct? He wanted to have contact even after that.
Are you asking if he did or if I
Yeah,
did?
he did.
He wanted to, yes.
Yeah. So, and at that point, you wanted to have that communication because you wanted to be civil. You agreed to that and consented to that contact that day. Is that correct?
Are we still talking about in June when they went to Angelina's?
Yes.
Which question do you want me to answer?
Well, my question, ma'am, is, as the judge pointed out, in June, when you went to Angelina's, you wanted to have communication that day with my mom. You consented to it.
I did consent to communication that day.
Okay. And in fact, you even wanted a little bit more communication because after dinner, you were willing to go have coffee. Is that correct?
I wanted to understand why he was doing the things he was doing to me. I felt like I deserved an apology for him doing the things that he was doing to me. That is why I allowed the communication.
Yeah, I know those could be good reasons. And you think after dating for a year that my client wanted to know some of your motives and also wanted to communicate with you, and that's why he was having the conversation?
Your Honor, objection.
I'll look up.
Sustained, it calls for speculation.
Fair enough. Fair enough. This again, that communication happened after the alleged email of May 5th, correct?
Yes,
It happened after the alleged flyer of May 17th, correct?
yes,
Have you ever heard of like a thing on Facebook called "Are We Dating the Same Guy"?
I've heard of it.
And you're aware that many girls post their experience on there with men they dated, correct?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it's for. I've never seen it. I don't have a Facebook.
Okay. Well, do you think that this flyer that he allegedly created, did he hand it to you?
No,
Did he ask somebody else to hand it to you?
Your Honor, she cannot testify if we ask.
Good point, sustained. That, any answer there is stricken.
Okay. Did the flyer itself say, you've reviewed the flyer, correct?
yes,
Does the flyer itself say, please hand this to her or notify her about it?
no,
Okay. Isn't it fair for people to have opinions and share them with others about other people and their reputation?
Your Honor, it's just an opinion, it's a question about her opinion.
Just unclear if she's claiming this is a contact somehow against the law when it's the First Amendment right, Judge, and we took all these questions on it. That's why.
What, no, just, hang on. Okay, there's an objection on the floor, so you can't respond. No, I'm gonna sustain the objection.
Fair. Doesn't like get too much into your personal life, but you had some toy at my client's house, correct?
yes.
And so it appears you had a relationship with them. Is that correct? I'll withdraw my question.
Yeah, why are you going into that? That's pretty apparent, right?
Fair enough. But this alleged action sounds like you said it was thrown on your lawn September 2025, correct?
Yes,
This is an item that somebody may want to return to somebody, correct? It was partially your property. You admit to that, correct?
yes,
Okay. And you would agree that when you left your Tupperware, which is also your property in his car, he threw that on your lawn, correct?
yes.
Are you claiming that the Tupperware being thrown on your lawn was an unconsented to contact?
I don't care. I haven't received either of those things back.
Yeah, but I'm asking you, are you claiming that it was an unconsented to contact for him to take your property out of his car and put it back onto your property?
No,
Okay. And same thing about the violator, correct? It's your property, he puts it back on yours. In fact, he already knew that he's done that before in the past and you've allowed it, correct?
allowed what?
You allowed him to put the Tupperware on and then you made contact with him after.
That happened after one didn't reside.
So you agree, he threw the Tupperware on your lawn, you still had contact with him voluntarily after, right?
No,
Okay. At what point, did you invite him back to your house? What month?
Never after that.
No, what month did you invite him back to your house from the drive-through?
That was either June or July, I don't know the exact date.
June or July. Okay, and did before or after that did you go to Angelina's with him?
I believe it was the next day.
So you think you might have went to the Angelina's with him the next day after he came to your house? That you invited him over to your house from the drive-through?
I don't know the exact date.
But
of
it's fine.
when-
Let her finish your answer.
Sorry.
Did you finish your answer?
No, I did not.
Okay, take your time.
The day that he showed up to my house, after I left the drive-through and I told him to meet me there, I thought we were fine. I thought we were civil. I wanted to understand why he did those things to me. The next day, he asked me if I wanted to go out for coffee and have a conversation. I believe it was the next day.
Okay, ma'am. But isn't it true that you submitted the videotape of that day from the drive-through to the police?
Yes,
Okay, but you're not claiming that that's an unconsented to conversation or contact, are you? Since you invited him over to your home and you asked to hang out or consented to hanging out the next day, are you?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, let me rephrase it because I can often be ineloquent. Are you today claiming that when you invited my client over to your house after the drive-through, that was an unconsented to contact?
Yes.
Okay.
I honestly don't know if I'm answering that. I don't know.
Okay, so why do you say yes then?
I'm still confused by the question.
Okay, let me answer the question. Again, you agree that you invited my client over to your house to talk, correct? After the drive-through.
I invited him to my house to get his property back that he asked for.
Okay, so you're not saying that he came over to your house unconsented to, are you?
No,
And in
No.
fact, you testified that you waited on your porch patiently while he went and grabbed his laptop because you wanted to talk about the contents of it that day. Isn't that correct?
yes,
Wanted to talk about the what?
The contents of the laptop, a flyer on there.
I see. Okay.
So,
not just the flyer, but
so you wanted to talk about other things.
yeah, I did. I wanted to talk about how he posted me on Craigslist as being a downriver sex worker for hire. I was curious why he did that. I was curious why he tried to sell my house online.
Okay, so you wanted to have communication about those issues that day, correct?
Yes,
Okay, so are you making the claim now that any of that communication at your house that day was unconsented to by you?
no,
Okay. Have you ever injured one of my clients' teeth before?
no,
You never have?
no,
Okay. Have you ever engaged in a play fight with my client before?
Objection, Your Honor. I don't see how this is relevant.
Judge, I'm asking cross-examination questions respectfully based on the government's questions, and they brought up the issue of backyard fight. So I don't see how it's not relevant.
Overruled.
I don't believe there's any foundation for a plate fight.
I'm attempting to lay.
Overruled. Answer the question, ma'am. Did you ever have a fight with him before?
yes,
Okay, so you had engaged in that behavior, right? Play fight.
yes,
And that was just that was a loving interaction. That wasn't some kind of abuse or something that went in those interactions, correct?
there's interaction,
Your play fights in the past.
yes.
Okay.
Guess what? Guess what?
Yeah, we engaged in play fights.
And yes, it was a loving interaction during those times.
Yes,
Okay. And so this play fight, you actually thought he was joking, correct?
at first, yes,
And you got upset because you tripped on those bricks, isn't that correct? Hurt your leg.
I didn't trip on the bricks, I was thrown into the bricks.
Do you think the play fight went too rough?
I didn't want to fight him at all that day.
Your Honor, the way he phrased that question, he assumed something that is not, again, the shape.
I agree. Sustain, answer stricken, rephrase.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me ask this now. Are you sure that my client wasn't play fighting that day with you and
Yeah.
things just went a little too rough? Okay. Well, why do you say that?
Because he told me he wanted to fight me. And then he aggressively leapt at me.
What did he normally say to you when you guys were having play fights before?
I don't know.
Okay. After the backyard fight incident, did you call 911 and report assault that day?
No,
In fact, you walked into his home, correct?
after that fight, I did walk into his home to clean the blood off my leg, yes.
But didn't you testify that you didn't want to walk into his house that day? You were afraid, that's why you went in the backyard.
Yes,
So you were less afraid of him and willing to go in the house after he physically assaulted you? Is that your testimony?
well, there was no running water outside to clean the blood off my leg, so I went into his house.
Why didn't you call 911 and get assistance, report the crime, and get an EMS?
The injury did not require EMS.
And in fact, you actually asked for a ride home, correct?
Yes, because that's how I got there.
You got Uber on your phone?
No,
You don't know how to call Uber?
no,
Okay, so did you feel trapped there?
somewhat, yes.
Okay. So you thought, why didn't you just walk down the street and call police?
Because I really don't like the government being involved in my life.
Okay. Ma'am, isn't it true that your current, was your current boyfriend here with you in court today?
If you're not objection, Your Honor.
Who cares? Why is that relevant?
Well, I was trying to get the identity of that gentleman. I guess.
He said his name on record. I believe he said it was Christopher English.
Okay. And Christopher.
Is that his name?
Yes.
And Christopher English, ma'am, isn't it true you called 911 to report that he was going to my client's house?
Yes.
Okay. And that was a matter of days before you made the police report against my client, isn't that correct?
No,
Okay, when was that in relation to when you did you do that before you made the police report against my client, the last police report in the city?
I don't know which police report you're talking about. I only filed two.
Okay, you filed one in this city on November 12th, is that correct? Or is
You're
that
talking about in Trenton, right?
correct?
Is that right? Is that when you filed the one in Trenton, November 12th?
Both of them.
Well,
Okay.
didn't you file a police report in Allen Park before too?
No,
I thought you testified earlier that the detective told you you'd have to file a police report.
I put all of the information in the one police report that I filed.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, the first,
and then the Trenton Police Department told me that I would have to follow up with the Allen Park Police Department if I wanted to file a civil injury suit or something. That's what Allen Park, or Trenton told me that I would have to go to Allen Park if I wanted to file.
Good enough.
what was the date roughly on the first police report you filed?
I want to say May 17th,
Okay.
2025.
So May 17th, and just to be clear, after that police report and after that PPO, you voluntarily invited my client to your house twice, correct?
To retrieve his property, yes.
Okay. And you voluntarily went over his house, when this backyard fight happened, what month was that?
I believe it was June or July.
So after you had already filed the police report in May, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And then you didn't file a police report about this assault. You were told by the Trenton police that you would need to file one in Allen Park, is that correct?
yes,
But you did.
yes.
And then when was the last police report he made? Do you remember?
I don't remember the exact date, no.
Okay, do you remember if it's before or after you called the police and told them your boyfriend at the time was going to my client's house to kill him?
I believe it was before.
So you made the police report before that?
I think so.
And what had made you file the police report that day?
The police report with Trenton that he was stalking, you're talking about.
Yeah. You know what, Judge, I'll withdraw my question, no further question.
Okay, any redirect?
So just to take you back to the day you went to Angelina, now Alien Park. Why did you choose to go out with that day?
He asked me to talk. And I wanted to understand.
And at some point after that, that was the day that you went back to his backyard, correct?
Yes,
Throughout the day, okay. And, after you had fought on the ground, did you then want to leave?
yes,
And at some point when you were fighting, did you tell him to stop?
yes,
And were you afraid when you were fighting?
yes.
And him take you home that day.
It was the easiest option. That's how I got there. My injuries did not require EMS. I cleaned up my own blood. I've been in fights before.
Now, and then taking you back to the day, the day where, you had asked him to go retrieve his property, he went to retrieve his property at your house after the Sonic incident. I'm just trying to think on the bridge. So when you were at your home after Sonic, initially, you had, did you in fact ask him to go to your home? That day?
Objection, Judge, asked the answer to the affirmative.
I just want to lay a foundation for what I'm going to ask him, just briefly. So, did you ask him to follow you home that day? To retrieve his property after Sonic?
I did not ask him to follow me. I asked him to meet me there.
To meet you. And, but at some point while he was there. he
At your-
got-
Yes,
Your Honor, that's all.
Ma'am, what aspects of this whole thing made you feel embarrassed? I think it's clear that the poster did, correct? Harassed or embarrassed, or terrorized or frightened or threatened? Which of those? You said the poster did, right?
yes,
Anything else?
yes. Richard put me on several websites for being paid for sex. He put me on Craigslist. I put all of this evidence in to the Trenton Police Department.
All right,
He
you know,
put my house for sale online. He put pictures of me on the internet, not clothed, and
he put pictures of you on the internet, not clothed? Okay. Any other questions?
Well, I have a question, Judge. I wasn't provided that in discovery.
Is that true? Do you have that?
I don't have that.
I have it. It's in his fingers.
Judge, at that point, I'd asked if he's stricken. I've never been.
Your Honor, discovery is ongoing. This is something that I just heard today. We would be happy to provide any defense.
Jeez.
Again, discovery is ongoing. You should testify to it, denying you were hiding anything or purposely.
I'll give you a few minutes to take a recess and gather your thoughts if you want to inquire about that and look at the photo or what have you. I mean, You should have provided it. If you guys got it today, you should have given it to him before the exams.
I did not know about it until right now. The OIC did not go into safety.
Well, if you want to ask her questions, Mr. Quartz, I'll be happy to take a recess. I mean, it's getting late in the day here, but I'll be happy to do that for you.
Judge, I guess if I can just ask a foundation question, I can get the thing later, if I may.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Ma'am, this illicit photo that was posted on the internet, did my client directly give that photo to tell you that he posted it?
Directly? He was the only, no, he didn't say that directly. He was the only person that had that photo.
Was the photo on your phone?
Yes.
Okay, so technically, you had the photo as well, correct?
Yeah, the only, yeah.
Okay. Did your boyfriend that was upset at my client ever have access to your cell phone?
No,
Okay. Where was that photo posted?
about 10 different websites, including Amore Day, Trist. I don't remember the name of all the websites, but I have a folder with them.
And what date and time was that posted, do you know?
Mid-November.
Mid-November. No further questions.
All right. Call your, you don't have any follow-up, do you, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
You can step down. Call your next witness. Do you have one? People move to bind over?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
agree this is a fact question, right, Mr. Quartz?
Judge, I don't recall any reason, though I understand if the court eventually disagrees. There have to be two unconstituted contacts. The things that no unconstituted contacts were presented that would meet the level of two non-continuous contacts that.
Certain contacts here, and I'm gonna let you, look, it's been a long day and I'm not even gonna mean. There were certain things, right? There's no question in my mind, at least the fact question exists as to whether or not he put these items online as her being a sex worker. There's no question that based, at least a factual issue as to whether or not he did it by putting her photo on the internet. There's no question that he threw the vibrator on her front lawn. So you've got posters, you got blind postings as her separately that she's a sex worker, separate postings that show that she's in the nude and a photo that he only had and she only had and so based on all that, I don't think there's any question but that it's that question as to whether or not aggravated stalking occurred. There's a prior conviction. You're going to take back. Did you have that Mark Peoples one?
Which one? I believe the ROA was marked as people's. They were all register of action.
Yeah, I think I had you handed up here. I just want to make sure you get it back. Yes, we got the exhibits marked. There's a factual issue here as to whether or not that she was harassed and as to whether a reasonable person would feel harassed. I don't think there's any question that any woman is going to be mortified if you start putting out on the internet things about them being a sex worker, them nude, and then providing posters all over the downriver area as to other activities. So I'm binding her over January 13th. I'm sorry, January 27th at 9, 50,000, 10% bond was posted. Any objection to continuation of that? And I'll go ahead and continue the bond. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, well, wow. He is not the kind of boyfriend anyone should have. He's got some true anger problems. I mean, to do all of those things to her is wow. And his attorney thinks he's Perry Mason, and he's not. Not at all. But how can you defend this guy? Seriously, how can you defend this guy? And okay, maybe he hasn't seen everything the prosecution has, but you know, just all the postings, that's enough. That's enough. He's got some serious anger issues to do something like that. That's what really got me. All of the things he posted on Craigslist and trying to sell her house and just all, and you know, all the other stuff, all of it. That's too much. No boyfriend is worth that. No boyfriend. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you. Oh, and I forgot to say, make sure you guys like and subscribe before you leave. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up, please do so. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.